Callum, congratulations on the win. Seemed like a grueling fight in there. He certainly had a hell of a chin. But talk to us about your thoughts and your feelings on your performance tonight.
Yeah, I felt very good. Compared to the last fight, I felt a lot fitter, a lot better for the 10 rounds. Still wasn't too happy with the performance, but at the end of the day, he's a solid veteran, who's fought good fighters, been in there with the best of them, only been beaten by the best of them, and I think I had a pretty much a shutout, really. There was a few times where I was getting caught with weird. He was very awkward, he was doing weird things that I was like, I didn't even know what to do. You know what I mean? And I'm a fella that I just make it up half the time when I'm in there, and it was a bit tougher than I expected, but he had a good chin and he was a good opponent.
At the end of the day, you are still on your rise in your career as a boxer, though. So to fight these unorthodox guys and learn these lessons is what you need to be doing at that moment. So for that, are you grateful for the performance tonight?
Oh yeah, 100%. As long as I get the win, I'm definitely grateful for the experience, the opportunity. And yeah, I'm only 24 years old. People forget I'm 24. You know what I mean? I'm fighting grown men. Even though. But you know what I mean? It's like I'm still gonna get stronger, better each fight. And overall I was happy with the experience.
Obviously, look, you've been sort of branded the poster boy of this new venture by Dana White. Talk to us about the entire Zuffa Boxing experience this week, fighting in the Apex tonight, obviously the expanded Apex, and talk to us about the whole thing.
It was unbelievable experience. The standard over here is way above anything else, that I've ever seen, and it's just an honor to be here, to be part of it, We got good fights tonight because Zuffa and the UFC, they want every athlete to be at their best. You get the whole fight week plan, you get the meals, you get access to the best facilities, and that's what it's all about, There's no big favorite here, everyone's taken care of, and they want every athlete to be at their best, to have the best fights, and yeah, I'm very grateful for it.
You kind of answered it there, but the last thing from me, if there were boxers that were kind of unsure about joining Zuffa, right? You've heard the criticism, you see what Dana gets accused of, all that. If you were to tell other boxers, this is what you're missing by not joining this performance, this is why you should join Zuffa, what would you say to other boxers?
Yeah, we just tell them exactly what I just said. This is really what it's all about. They genuinely care about the fighters. They don't necessarily care who wins the fight. You know what I mean? There's no we want him to win. It's we want good fights. We want everyone to be in here and perform. And I would definitely encourage up-and-coming fighters all around the world to come and join Zuffa. And this is going to be the new era of boxing.
Right here. Can I just get your thoughts? I know you said you enjoyed the whole experience and stuff, but when you're fighting in such a small kind of venue, going from Allegiant to this, and some of the fighters that were in here said at times it felt a little like sparring, and then they had to kind of turn it off because it was so quiet in there and they can hear all the corners.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me, you know what I mean? I fought in worse places than the Apex, you know what I mean? It was very good. I enjoyed it. It doesn't matter to me whether there's a million people there or there's one person there. I'm still going to go out there and try my best to perform. I didn't feel any different, in the fight. I didn't feel like, oh, this is weird that it's quiet or anything. I kind of enjoyed it. I could hear everyone, I could see everyone, and I think it was cool. It was a cool experience. The Apex is somewhere that I've been multiple times for UFC fights, and to fight in there was unbelievable.
Was there a bit of a head clash in there? Were you shaking your head because it seems like the referee was kind of counting as a knockdown or something?
There was a couple of them, and my balls are fucking up inside me. I'm gonna be pissing blood after this.
I was gonna ask, what's it like fighting in a fight like that, where you're constantly getting fouled in there?
I don't know, but I won't be happy to that much.
Cal, was any part of you surprised that he didn't drop with all those overhand lefts you kept landing?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I was very surprised that I wasn't putting him down, But he's been dropped a few times in the past, But like I said, it was different. It was different events, It wasn't at Zuffa where they're helping you with the weight cut, they're giving you the meals, they're preparing you to be your best, So I think this was the best he ever was tonight because, like I said, Zuffa helping everybody to be. On other shows, he might have been a massive underdog that was pushed to the side, and left to be at his worst, given last minute notice or given the underdog treatment. Whereas here it's all 50-50. So I think I got the best version of him tonight, and it was at 160 too. I moved up in weight. He was heavier, stronger. So yeah, I landed some good shots, but yeah, he's a tough fella.
How did you feel about the fight kits? Because I know a lot of guys like to have their shorts and get used to them and things like that. How was the fight kits for you in there?
I like it simple, you know what I mean? I like to just walk out there, get the fight over and done with, get out there and have a fight, you know what I mean? It's like fellas get too caught up in the walkouts, the outfits, to be having stuff hanging off them, you know what I mean? And just get out there and fight the man. You know what I mean? It makes it more real for me. You know what I mean? It brings it back to the gladiator times. You know, where there's no fancy shit. It's just two boys thrown into an arena and a fight to the death. You know what I mean? And it's good. I tried it at the end. You know what I mean? I tried to stand and bang. You know, do the Holloway Gagey thing. There was fuck all landing. You know what I mean? But I tried it. You know what I mean? I tried it. I tried to make it entertaining for everyone. But yeah, the fight kits, it doesn't matter. I like them. You know, nice and simple.
And then I don't know if you got to see too much of the co-main event. Misael Rodriguez, is that possibly a guy that you can match up with down the line?
Tell me when. I'll fight in the next one if they want me to. You know what I mean? When is it? February 1st? I don't know if I'm allowed by the doctor, but I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I love fighting. I love being here. I love being part of this. And I just want to keep fighting and fuck what everyone says. I just want to just keep fighting and keep winning and keep getting paid.
Callum in the back. You're just 24 years old, but you've had a really unique trajectory as a young boxer. Been at Allegiant and then here at Apex. How do you prepare for these different environments in your camp, and how did you see your career going even at this point, and how is this so different for you?
Yeah, you know, I prepare the same for every single fight. You know, I just get in the gym and I work hard, and as long as I'm prepared to my best, you know, I can fight anywhere. I can fight anyone. You know, I really believe in my ability. You know, it doesn't matter who I'm fighting. It doesn't matter where I'm fighting. I just love to fight. I really do. You know, I love to fight. Training is tough. You know what I mean? It's hard work, but it's my job. But I really enjoy the fight. I love fighting, and yeah, it doesn't matter where I fight. I see my career going just constant fights, constant wins, hopefully. And if not, at least I'll go out there and entertain and come back to fight another day.
Callum, Elaine Castro here. Congratulations again on your win. How does it feel for you to kind of kick off this new Zuffa Boxing? And what did you think? How was your experience? And how do you feel in this moment?
Yeah, I'm very grateful, you know, to be kicking this off. I think it was a successful night. I think it was a good card, you know. Hopefully everyone was happy with it. You know, I think it's tough, you know, when it's the first one. Everyone has very high expectations, you know, but you can't go out there and have mind-blowing performances every night, you know. But I think it's going to continue to grow, and a lot more fighters will sign over here, and I think it's just going to go all the way to the top. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You said inside that you're never really satisfied unless you get a knockout. Why is that?
You know, it's a long night when you're in there for 10 rounds, you know what I mean? I like to get it done quick, you know. Yeah, there's no better feeling than knocking a fellow out, really, you know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever done that before, but if you have, it's a good feeling, you know, to knock another man out, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice to get it done quick, you know.
Yeah, for sure. The first couple of rounds literally looked like a chess match. How long did it actually take you to understand Ocampo and figure out his timing?
I don't even know. Yeah, I was just in there just trying whatever I could, you know, trying to land a few shots, trying to get him out of there, trying to knock him out. Maybe a bit too hard at times. You know, that's what Marvin told me after. He was like, you're trying a bit hard, you know, sometimes, and maybe I just need to let my hands go a bit more. He was very awkward. It was hard to figure him out, you know, because he was just so awkward. He was doing weird things, and yeah, but I was overall happy with the performance. I don't know if I really figured him out because I didn't knock him out, you know, or stop him. But yeah, it was a good fight.
What was the most awkward thing that you felt that he was doing?
Just his punches were weird. They were just coming from weird places, you know, that you can't really, like, I can't even explain it. I have to watch it back, to be honest. But yeah, and he was kind of getting very low, you know, and hit me in the balls a couple of times, which didn't feel the best. But what can you do?
There was a couple of point deductions and a little bit of rough exchanges. How did you stay composed when things got a little messy?
I don't even know if I did. Did I say composed? I presume I did. But yeah, I don't care about getting hit. I don't care about taking shots. You know, I probably should care a bit more. You know, my coaches tell me not really to get hit too much. But I have confidence in my chin. I think I'm tough, and yeah, maybe we'll work on that a bit more. Try not to get hit as much the next time. I feel like I say this after every fight, but yeah, you know, it's going to be a fun road. You know, I'm going to keep trying to entertain and keep putting on good fights.
My last question, you know, Paramount Plus, at Meta, at Apex, Zuffa Boxing, what do you have to say to the fan base that, you know, you have a bigger platform here? What do you have to say to new fans? We've seen UFC fighters here in the house tonight. What do you have to say to new eyes on you today and what is next for you?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, for supporting the event. This is a big deal. This is a real new thing for boxing. Boxing's never seen this before, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great. I'm going to keep putting on performances, keep trying to entertain. That's the main thing for me. As long as I go out there and put on a good fight, I hope the fans enjoy it. And I look forward to fighting again.
Thank you.
Callum here. Congrats on the win. We know your opponent, like you said, has only lost to some good opposition. Errol Spence, Tim Tszyu, Fundora, and now yourself. I know you pushed yourself, like you said, to get that knockout, but obviously Sebastian Fundora wasn't able to do that as well. So when you look at it that way, the opposition he's lost to and the fact that other guys couldn't finish him either, does it make it, not as bad or maybe make you not go as hard on yourself for this performance?
Yeah, I think all in just considering how Zuffa Boxing runs, they want everyone to be at their best, like I said earlier. I think Errol Spence knocked him out at 147, so he was probably way drained and thrown off to the side for a week, and Earl was probably given the best treatment, and he wasn't, So when I take that into consideration, I'm a bit, better on myself, just because I know how the UFC works, I watch UFC fights, you never know who's going to win, you know what I mean? It's hard to predict, even when someone's a big favorite, you're very unsure because of all of this, because of what everybody has access to, because it's the best treatment, and I think it just makes it a lot better, there really is no big favorites, because, no, there's better fighters. But I'm talking about like big favorites, as in like one's getting a different treatment. Nobody is here, So I think that, I'm a bit better on myself for that, just because of those reasons.
Yeah, and just one last one for me. Outside the fight, your good friend Tony Ferguson seems to have found himself in misfits, going back to winning ways. Have you been able to talk to him lately, and how's it been like seeing his success right now?
Yeah, he was supposed to be here actually. His I think his son got a bit sick, so I hope he's better and I hope he's doing well. But Tony's great. I love Tony. I've trained with Tony for a long time. He's one of my very good friends. Tony's done a lot for me outside the ring. If I didn't have Tony, I wouldn't have been able to get my first ever apartment in LA. He co-signed for me to get an apartment. Tony's done so much for me. He used to send me groceries. Every week he'd text me, "Oh, go outside, I sent you groceries." He would help me a lot when I first got here. And I wish Tony all the best, and I'm very happy to see him winning.
One last question. Callum, right over here. I got here a little late, so I don't know if you had a chance to talk about it, having this fight at middleweight. Was there any pros to it, any cons to it?
Yeah, I already said all that a while ago.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. No, it was good. I felt very good. I did. I felt the weight cut wasn't as bad. I did feel maybe him too. He was bigger, so maybe the shots didn't put him down like I thought they would. It was good though. I still felt like I had power at 160. I felt good, and I think it's going to be a good path for me.
In terms of the knockdown that was scored against you, what'd you think about that? What happened there? Tell me about that.
I thought that was a load of shit in it. There's no way I was knocked down. I think I missed a punch, but my gloves did touch, so we'll give it to him, you know what I mean? But I don't think it should be counted as an actual knockdown on my record.
The low blows, tell me, how much did it affect you in there?
Like I said a while ago, Tabata won't be happy. I'll probably be pissing blood. That's probably the honest truth. You know what I mean? A few of them did hurt. My balls are probably in my stomach. I don't know. I'll have to check on them when I get out. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, but I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated.
No, in terms of assessing your performance, I know fighters are often very critical of themselves, but just give me your thoughts about how you fought in there and what are you thinking right now based off the performance you showed?
Yeah, I think there was definitely good parts. There was good parts. I was very happy with my conditioning. I was very happy with my cardio. I felt like I was composed the whole way through, and I didn't get very tired. Last time I felt a bit more tired. With the shorter camp and everything. This time I felt like I prepared well, and I'm gonna have to watch the fight back. But right now in my mind, I'm a bit happier than last time. I'm gonna continue to improve, continue to get better performances, and I'll have to watch it back. But overall, I'm happy.
This is kind of my last one for you. This is kind of uncharted waters now. You're in a new venture, a new company that's starting up. Like, what's the future look like now for you?
No idea. Probably this. Hopefully, fighting people, winning, and I don't know. We'll see what Dana and Tom and them all have planned. But I presume it'll be staying active, keep fighting. I have no injuries now. I feel fresh, so I can fight again soon. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll do St. Patrick's Day if they want to have a St. Patrick's Day show. You know, bring a few Irish fighters. I've seen a couple of them out there in the crowd. Maybe we can get some more Irish boys over here and just put on a full Irish St. Patrick's Day card.
Thank you.